and welcome to I Love the Library. My name is Lisa Trana and I'm the Public Services Supervisor here at the Detroit Lakes Public Library. And today I'll be talking about some of our upcoming events in April and May. So we have this really exciting display coming up. It's called the Testify Exhibit, Slavery to Today, the Diane and Ellen Page Collection. We're going to have this display up starting April 15th and going through May 3rd. It's a temporary installation of impactful photographic exhibit featuring artifacts pertaining to slavery, segregation, and discrimination in the United States. The exhibit features a collection of physical artifacts belonging to our former Minnesota Supreme Court Justice and NFL Hall of Fame Ellen Page. It's photographed and memorialized in this traveling exhibit, including descriptions of historically significant items. We're also going to be having a reception later on April 30th from 6:30 to 8 with a live virtual interview starting at 7. And it's part of the thanks to funding from the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund. Also, we have a poetry workshop featuring Kevin Zepper on Monday, April 15th at 6:30. Explore the wonders of poetry and the natural world by joining your library for a nature-themed poetry writing workshop. So the workshop will be facilitated by Minnesota State University Moorhead professor Kevin Zepper, and attendees are going to learn the basics of poetry writing, get started on their own free pieces, and receive feedback. It's also funded by Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage. On Tuesday, April 16th at 5 p.m., we have Genealogy for Beginners. So this is a great starting point for if you want some help learning about all of our resources, learning what we offer for the library. And this is more of a class rather than like a work time. So be sure to register and we can definitely walk you through what we have for genealogy. On Tuesday, April 23rd at 2 p.m., we have Library Club. It's going to be featuring native plants and biodiversity with Sally Hoskin. It's an informational presentation on the biodiversity of native plants, insects, and birds, featuring Sally Hoskin, the founder of Sucker Creek Preserve. Entertainment will be provided by Peggy Hammerling, a flautist, and feel free to come early for refreshments. And I mentioned this earlier, but on Tuesday, April 30th at 6:30, we'll have a reception and watch party with a conversation with Justice Ellen Page and Georgia Page Smith. It's complementing the exhibit that we have on display, and it's a conversation with the retired Minnesota Supreme Court Justice Ellen Page and his daughter describing the exhibit that we have. On Tuesday, May 7th at 7 p.m., we have author talk featuring Barbara Mack. She'll be discussing her book, The Hand I've Been Dealt, A Life Lived with Epilepsy. There are whimsical stories of family life and heartbreaking years of medical challenges. Barbara's story hopes to educate and inspire others to better cope with the hand that they've been dealt. She hopes that it'll help shine a light on epilepsy awareness and understanding with living with a diagnosis with oneself or a family member. Also that same week, on Thursday, May 9th at 2 p.m., we have author visit with Candace Seimer. She is a multi-award winning Minnesota author and poet from Pequot Lakes. She'll be discussing her latest novel, Sister Lumberjack, which is set in the forests of northern Minnesota. Join us to hear about her writing style and her experience writing historical novels. Admission is free and thanks part to the Minnesota Legacy Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund. On Saturday, May 11th at 3 p.m., we are going to be learning how to make paper flowers. It's part of our new hobby series, so it's the 5th in that series. Join Eliza as she comes to teach you how to turn your old books into beautiful art. Step-by-step instruction will be provided, and it's free, but registration is required. On Wednesday, May 29th at 5 p.m., we also have Medicare Basics 101 featuring Sharon Notch of UCare. So join us for an educational section on the basics of Medicare facilitated by UCare Medicare Decompilator Sharon Notch. This workshop is ideal for those who are just getting started with Medicare, who are approaching 65, are retiring soon, or just have questions about various Medicare plans available. It's a free session which will allow attendees to review the 4 parts of Medicare, which each one covers, understand enrollment timelines, tips and reminders, and learn things to consider as you compare Medicare plans. Registration is required, so please call or register at the library. And thank you very much. We hope to see you at one of these events.